You don't have to go for miles and miles into the mountains in order to enjoy a lovely time camping in the rain. You can go into your own back garden, set up your tent and just chill out and listen to the rain. And so that's exactly what we're going to do today. And just because it's our own garden doesn't mean it can't be adventurous. So something crazy happened in the night at about 2 o'clock in the morning. R.I.P. There's a fallen tree and I want to create a cozy camp around that spot. I've brought the wood stove so that I can cook a curry from scratch. And I also have a project on the go that I want to try and create today. I want to make some firelighters that I can carry in my backpack up into the mountains that are going to help me light fires in the cold and wet of this winter season. So I'm going to fire Harry up and we're going to make our way over to the spot that I've been thinking of. This is the little spot that I've got in mind. I think this is going to be perfect. I'm not sure if I want to sleep here or just set up my cooking and outdoor space. I think what I'm going to do is get rid of this. And if they're blunt now, it's my own fault, eh? Might actually bring this out on a bit of an angle. So that'll open up there. So I don't really need the log to be covered. I just want that nook in the corner to be covered. Hey, Indy, this looks like a pretty good spot, doesn't it? If we put the tent here, we can come in and out of there. And it's pretty flat. It's the end of autumn here, and we've had some cold weather, but it is unseasonably warm today. It also has that feeling that it is going to thunder down any minute. In fact, I can see the black clouds moving over, and I think I'm going to get caught short. Let's see how quickly I can get this tent up. Go in. Off you go. Right, Indy's happy, she's in the tent, and I'm happy because I've got the tent and the tarp set up before it started raining. I'm only a tiny bit wet, which is actually really good in my books. I am going to unload Harry with all of my stuff, put it down in here, and then I'm going to go and park him underneath the trees where he'll be nice and dry for the night. that and get that into the tent. Get my sleeping bag and Indy's blanket set up. Set up my table, set up the fire, and then I'm going to let myself have a drink. Indy's made the tent a little bit wet, not very wet, but I have brought a towel. Where there goes a dog, there goes a towel. I'm going to have to try and get this flat. Could be a bit of a challenge. Brain thing I'm up to here. I'm trying to bring the fire as close to me as I can. I want it to be stable for cooking on, as dry as can be, but have the chimney as far away from the tarp as possible. So this is what I have brought along to make my firelighters with. Every time I go into the mountains and try to light a fire, it's always wet. And we're going into winter, and winter is going to be even harder to light fires in. So usually I take fire starters, but I don't really like using them. They stink, they're expensive, and I'm just aware we've got pine trees around here and lots of pine cones. I've heard they're good for starting fires with. But what I want to do is I want to pack them full of little bits of kindling, like ram it all in there, and then dip them in wax. So I have seen people make these by dipping them in paraffin wax, but I'm not going to go out and buy paraffin wax when I have candles. It's only 5 p.m, but I can tell from the camera that it's getting really dark. I'm going to have to get some camera lights out. 5 o'clock's a good time for an evening drink. I'm going to make these fire starters and then get dinner going. Wow, the wax is really melting. So what I've seen people do is thread a string through the pine cone so that you can pick it up when it's got the hot wax poured on it. I'm not sure how important that will be because I can just leave it in the pot there to drip, but let's be fancy and do that anyway. It also forms a bit of a wick when you want to light it later. There we go. So this is all just tiny chips of pine and blue gum that I'm squashing into here. Oh, hi Indy. Hello there. Are you telling me that it's about dinner time? It is just about dinner time, hun. How about we get these made and then I'll get you your dinner and I can get started on mine as well. What I'm doing here is just packing all these little pieces of kindling into the pine cone. You can also use cotton balls. So you soak the cotton balls or rub them in Vaseline and pack those into the gaps in the pine cone. I'm actually wondering about pouring it into the pot because it's going to mean it's going to be tricky to clean. I wonder if I should just pour it maybe onto a piece of wood, and that way I can use that wax in the fire. Cheers. I've got a break in the rain and I can hear all the other sounds of dusk. People travelling down the road on their way home on a Friday night. Hello, did you enjoy your dinner? Are you coming out because I'm making my dinner? Is that right? Is anyone a fan of Michael McIntyre, the comedian? I just think he's hilarious. He does this really funny skit about how their family moved to the country and they thought it was amazing. Oh, all their dreams had come true until night time, and suddenly all the birds and animals of the night came out and made all these hideous noises that he'd never heard before as a city person. It's so amusing. But it's so true. Suddenly at night, all the things that seem so benign can start to sound really ominous. So there's this dark patch of trees in the corner there, and I'm hearing these birds calling out. You giving up, Indy? You can give up, it's alright. It's okay. Hello, darling. Nice to see you. Did you want to come and lie down here? You want to be in on the action? Okay, good girl. I've got your mat, actually. Do you want your mat? No, you don't need it. You don't know the difference. This is blue gum, and I don't know whether blue gum is it's typically really hard wood. You're probably going to say, no, it's not. But I am finding it really hard to chop. This axe is not very good. It doesn't help that I'm sitting here on my seat. I don't have the strength to get the really good chop that most people would. You know? Ouch. A bloke with muscle would just go whack. Not me, not me. Ah! Go away, birds. See, it just doesn't do anything. You going back into your tent? It's okay, you do that. You can, it's alright. Honestly. This is rock solid. Flippin' heck. I'm not getting anywhere. See, I told you there was no difference between camping in the wild and camping in your backyard. I'm still battling to keep my fires going, even with bone dry wood. It's just user error now, isn't it? It's just these tiny fireboxes, they're really tricky. The thing to do would have been to have pre-chopped my wood. And these are pork belly bites. A real treat. I'm going to leave these for ages to fry off and get beautiful and crispy, and then I'm going to put them aside and make the curry. The pork will go into the curry. Ooh. Let me save a couple for Indy. What a catastrophe. Look, if you don't laugh at yourself, well, others are going to laugh at you, so you might as well laugh at yourself. No, I'll figure out a better way. I'll make some better ones. Hi there, I'm so glad you've come to join us. Come lie down. Oh, I've got a prickle, Indy. Oh, is that what you can smell? I want to give her meat, but if I do, she'll probably just go back into the tent afterwards because she'll be satisfied. I'd like her to stay out here with us, so I'll hold off. I'll give them to her in a little while. Hello, gorgeous. Somebody asked me in the comments of one of my videos to tell you all a bit more about Indy. Quite a few people are interested in Indy. Funny that. You're a bit cuter than me, Indy. Yes, you are. Yes, you're a bit cute. You're cute. So, Indy is a collie crossed with a Labrador. And in New Zealand we have a lot of dogs that are bred from border collies, and they are farm working dogs. If you know much about New Zealand, or if you live in New Zealand, you'll certainly know that we have a lot of sheep. And we have sheep dogs, which are typically often collies. We also have a dog that has been bred specifically for there's eye dogs, like sight dogs, and then excuse me, and Indy comes from a sight dog, so she's quiet. The sight dogs basically steer the sheep down, and then you've got another breed which I believe that New Zealanders bred this. It's a unique breed called the Hunterway, and the Hunterways are so noisy. Woof, woof, woof. They have such a noisy bark, and the Hunterways, they go around the back and push the animals forward, from what I understand. I'm not a farmer. Short-haired collies, like Indy's mum, will come around and hold the animals, and then often the Hunterways go around and push them on. So Indy's mum was on a farm down in Fairlie, in the middle of the South Island of New Zealand, and her dad is a black Labrador. That was the neighbour's dog that wasn't supposed to get over the fence, you know what I'm saying. So the farmer was a little bit peeved when he discovered that his lovely working dog had a litter of runts, basically. Well, not runts, but you know, dogs that weren't bred for working on the farm, so they got sold as pets. And Indy was by far the cheekiest and cutest and boldest of the whole litter. There was, I think, 10 of them, and originally I had this idea that I wanted an all black dog with like a little white star on its chest, and there was a couple of bitches. That there was 3 bitches, and 2 of them were black with this little white star, and I was eyeing them up, but this other little puppy just kept coming up to me. These 2 dogs that I was looking at were so aloof. They just really couldn't have cared less about me. They were just off doing their own thing. But Indy kept coming up to myself and my husband, and she just chose us, basically. Can you come say hi? Hello. Oh, there you go, sweet pea. There you go. There you go. The people that bred her, accidentally, said that she was their favourite. And they were like, you've got to choose her. Her name was actually Heidi. She was the only dog that they named because she was their favourite. I think they had 4 kids, and the kids named her Heidi. And Heidi's a lovely name for a dog, but we always wanted an Indy. So Indy she is. Indy is now going to be, Indy's going to be 9 in July. While I had my back turned, I'm going to choose not to get cross because you're such a good girl. I don't like getting cross with her because she probably thought she was just doing like a service to mankind. Is that what you were doing? Did you find some meat that needed cleaning up? Well, it was for you, love, so I hope you enjoyed it. Fry the spices in a little bit of hot oil until sealed. Add the spice paste and 50 ml of water, and then stir in the sauce. perfectly cooked rice. Wow. Wow. Pork belly, tikka masala. And just to be a little bit healthy, okay, just to be a little bit healthy, I've made my version of, I think it's called raita. I haven't made it very fancy, it's just Greek yogurt with coriander and cucumber. Unfortunately, I don't have any seasoning with me, not even any salt and pepper, but oh well. I just realised that I have got something really yummy. The whole reason that I chose to make this meal was because I saw these at the supermarket. Silk Road roti. So I'm just going to heat them up on here. I just need this fire to pump out a little bit more heat, just enough that I can boil my water. Come on, baby. We've got wind. I'm really tempted to put the tarp down. I don't know if you can even see me. Oh, it's so dark. Oh! And the candle's blown out. So I'm actually really pleased that the wind stayed away, because there was fairly strong winds on the forecast with the rain. But the winds are setting in now, and I can see the stars in the sky, so the rain has cleared. I think it will be pretty safe to bring the tarp down tonight, and I think it would be a wise idea. I've learnt my lesson before about leaving the tarp up in the wind overnight. Inevitably, while you're asleep, it comes down. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, light. Yeah. Oh, get off the top. Get off the top, get off the top, get off the top. Ah. Hang on. Get off. Okay, I lit my candle, but possibly made a hole in my tarp. Yeah, so it's a really smart idea to get the tarp down now. So I'm going to make my hot chocolate with a nice generous scoop. To make my hot chocolate, and then I'll bring the tarp down before I head to bed. I'll take the hot chocolate in with me though. Yeah. I'm just trying to get this water to boil. We're haven't had a lot of rain in the last few weeks. In fact, it's been super dry. So I haven't been able to get out for a rainy camp. This is the most rain. There was a couple of hours, maybe 2 hours of rain. It's the most rain we've had in weeks and weeks. And looking ahead on the forecast, there's no rain for the next week either. So if you have a hankering for rainy videos, do not fear. If you missed the video I put out last week, you need to go back and watch that. It's a compilation of 20 of my rain camps. It's an hour and a half long and there's no talking, which is very unlike me. But I made it for me. Last week's video I made for me. And I love that. I make my videos for me and then I share them with you. And what got me into making YouTube videos in the first place was watching other people's videos in order to escape. Just a little, you know, like half an hour or an hour of just escaping the stress of daily life and going into the mountains camping with someone. And the best way I've always found for getting to sleep if I'm struggling to go to sleep is to listen to rain sounds. And the problem is, I really don't like those artificially generated rain noises, and I really don't like ones that are consistently the same loop. Like you can tell it's the same loop and you lie there trying to go to sleep at night thinking, find this relaxing, but actually you just keep hearing like, oh, hang on, there's that same little noise that I heard 20 seconds ago. This is just looping. And so I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make myself my own rain sounds video. It's an hour and a half and I made it and I played it the other night as I was going off to sleep, and I am not joking. I cannot even remember my head hitting the pillow. I was asleep. It was so effective. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. It's a lovely journey through 20 of my camps. There's lots of lovely scenes of the rain and the different environments that I've been in when I've been rainy camping. And of course, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots, an hour and a half of real, 100% real rain. So even though there's no talking, it's a lovely video to play in the background while you are folding the washing, making dinner, or trying to get off to sleep. And the best part about it is there are no ads. No ads. I don't want to be woken up watching my own video, and I will be. I will be watching my own video. Right, come on water, boil. Otherwise I'll have to yap on about a whole lot of other things. I'm going to bring the tarp down and climb into bed. Good morning everyone. It's about 6 a.m. So something crazy happened in the night. At about 2 o'clock in the morning, a massive wind came through. An absolutely insane windstorm. Like these pines, I don't know if you can see them up there, they were bending incredibly. It was actually really scary. And I decided, because I was not far from home, that I was going to make the dash back to the house, and I'm so glad that I did, because just as I got up to the house, our huge barbecue went flying across the kind of patio area and smashed onto the stones on the other side. And I watched it fly away as well. Oh my gosh. R.I.P. buddy. R.I.P. So I'm just coming down to camp to see how things were, how things fared in the night. Shoot. Oh my gosh. No way. Oh my gosh, no way. But my entire bed everything is all in there. Oh, that one's locked up. Oh, I did not actually think that would happen. Wow. Okay, well, I'm actually really glad that I was camping in my back garden, because that was not good. I think if I had stayed down here, the tent would have been okay, because I probably could have like reinforced the guy lines, like re-pegged it as it was starting to come out, but I didn't want to stick around, not with those trees doing what they were doing. That I packed up my camera. Gosh. Well, in case you haven't guessed, I'm not in my backyard anymore. I got back to my camp the next morning thinking, oh, I'll go down there and just kind of film chatting about this and having some coffee and breakfast. But when I got down there, my tent was completely flattened. It was crazy. All my bedding was still inside. The pegs had all pulled out. It was phenomenal. So not the best outcome for my new to me Hilleberg tent, but having said that, I hadn't pegged everything out because I was not expecting weather like that. Anyway, not quite the end to the video that I was expecting, but look what has come along for the ride to the top of the mountain. My hideous pine cone. And I have gone ahead and made another one, which has got Vaseline cotton balls tucked into it. So I'm going to try those out on this camp. If you want to see how successful my weird wax pine cone was versus the Vaseline cotton ball one, you're going to need to watch that video. Given what has already happened today, given where I am, you are not going to want to miss it. Thanks for joining me on this trip into my backyard, and from the top of a mountain as far from my backyard as I can possibly be. Goodbye everybody, and see you on the next video.